Hey, what's up? It's Fisher, and first thing I want to do is shout out PvP tournaments. PvP is hosting a 2-on-2 Black Ops tournament on May 27th at Flippers Hollywood. More information in the description below. Now let's talk about The Witcher 3. I've played about 20 hours and I haven't found the hype. Now I'm not saying it's a bad game. Actually, it's quite enjoyable. But I have yet to see why it earned the Game of the Year title. Now let me explain. As a person who has never played any of these games, and I didn't even know the main character's name, I came into this game completely cold, unaware of any story elements or game mechanics. The story seems good enough. While I haven't beat it, from what I've heard and played, it seems promising. And that's not where my problem is. Where my problem is the exploration mechanics, which is a huge part of these type of games. Let's compare it to Skyrim. In Skyrim, they have a mechanic where there's a strip of radar on the top of your screen. It shows you directions like north, south, east, and west. In this little radar strip, you see, as you walk along, you see these blips that pop up. When they're grayed out, that means they're unexplored. When they're solid white, that means you've explored them. So these blips can pop up upwards of half a mile away. You see them far before you're anywhere near those areas. So on your way to a quest or a town, you see these and you're on the road and you just think, I should go explore that. The thing is that The Witcher doesn't have that. The Witcher is strictly just, you get these locations from books or people, and then you mark it on your map and you go. There's no discovering things on the way. There's a chance you might discover them, but it's not like in Skyrim. In Skyrim, like I said, you could just be walking down a path, and it's going to pick up any unexplored location or landmark within a half-mile radius. That means a cave, a random town, a shack. It's all going to show up, and all you got to do is turn your head and you see it on your radar. And you can choose to go there, or you can choose not to. But in The Witcher, there's a little radar, but it's about 50 or 100 feet radius. It doesn't really give you that much coverage. So the whole thing is that there's this huge exploration element that's missing. In The Witcher, I should be able to see these locations on my map far before I get close to them, because if not, it's not enticing. I'm just walking to my destination. There's no interruptions. There's no, look at that cave, I want to go explore that cave. It's literally just, I get to my location, talk to a few people, maybe one of them will tell me where a cave is that I can go to by placing it on my map. I have to open my map in order to mark a location. And in my opinion, that's terrible. That's terrible mechanics. Why would I play a game like this, such a huge game, where there's no exploration mechanic like in Skyrim? I have to talk to people to find out stuff. And it just wasn't doing it for me. And on top of that, the game is terrible to newcomers of the series. The first 5 hours, I did not enjoy myself at all. It felt foreign, it felt weird, and I actually took it back to GameStop to return it, but the cashier convinced me that I should keep it. I should keep it because he experienced the same thing. It felt weird, it felt foreign, it wasn't something he was used to. So, that being said, something feeling foreign translated into it sucking. So, but he assured me, give it a few more hours, and it would click. So, I went home and decided to completely start completely over, completely fresh, and just try not to expect anything, because the game was hyped up to me. Especially since it won Game of the Year, which I don't think it's worthy of. So I played it, and I got into it. I got into the combat, not so much the story, but I see that the story is there. But I never really cared I never picked this game up for the story. I picked it up because I ran out of games to play. And this game was highly regarded. So I picked it up, and now I'm playing it. I'm about 20 hours in, and it's good. It's not... I don't believe it's Game of the Year material. I really don't. I do not see how this game beat Metal Gear Solid to the Game of the Year spot. Metal Gear Solid was a complete masterpiece. This game, in my opinion, can't even touch it. Now, Chapter 2 of the Metal Gear game is debatable. That's when Hideo Kojima might have left the company, but that's not really for this discussion. Basically, this whole thing is, don't believe the hype. This game is good, but if you believe the hype too much, you're going to be disappointed, like I was. I wouldn't say I was really disappointed, because I never played the franchise. I wasn't really expecting anything except it to be a good game. And in the end, it was a good game. It was a little foreign at first, and the exploration mechanics are a little iffy. They're not really where I would want them to be. I'd much rather prefer a Skyrim type system. But if you can find this game under $30, in my opinion, it's worth it, and you should definitely try it out. This game is a 100-hour game, so if you don't have the time, I wouldn't bother, because it's one of those games where if you only play like a couple hours a week, you're pretty much just going to get frustrated at how little progress you're making. So if you have a full-time job and you're doing stuff on the side, I really wouldn't recommend this to you. But if you're a student and you have a lot of free time, it's definitely a game worth getting. Like I said, don't have any expectations. I know this game won Game of the Year, but if you haven't played any of the series, I definitely wouldn't think too much about it, because this game is good, but if you're not used to it, it probably won't meet that Game of the Year hype. So I'd give this game a solid 7 out of 10. I just don't see where the hype came from. That's my review of The Witcher. I hope you all enjoyed it. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, do whatever y'all want. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later.